Hello, everyone, and welcome back to my channel, Tomcat Stitchery. I'm Whitney, and today we're going to be going through kind of my thoughts about Me Made May. We're in June now, so kind of my thoughts on how Me Made May went for me, how I did with my challenge, how I'm feeling about my wardrobe, yada, yada, yada. But before we get into that, today is Friday, and we have a really good Love Notions Feature Friday pattern. Today it is the title, dress, and top. Yes, it's also a top. The title, dress, and top, and it is $5 today only. It is such a flattering pattern. It's one of my favorite dress patterns. I have made it as a top before, but it is, as far as a dress, it is one of my favorite. I've made the short above the knee dress with a short sleeve twice because I ruined the first one with a laundry accident. And then I've made it as a maxi dress as well as sleeveless one. I wear both those dresses all the time. Such a great pattern. And I have a video on it. I'll leave a link down to the description box if you're curious to find out more about that pattern. But if you use the code 10TOMCAT, you get an additional 10% off that $5 sale price. It's just a really great time to grab it if it's been one you've been interested in. And again, it goes together really easy. It is one of my absolute favorite, not only knit dresses, but just dresses in general. I just find it very flattering. It does not have a waist seam, which is very flattering on my figure because I have a very short torso and a thicker waist. So it just kind of skims that area. It gives me the illusion of having a waist without clinging anywhere. I wear them all the time. It's a great t-shirt dress. Anyway, you want to go grab that if you don't have that in your catalog already. Okay, let's talk about Me Made May. If you're not familiar with what Me Made May is, it is just a self-imposed challenge on how you can, it could be anything you want to make it, and how you can just be thoughtful about your wardrobe, about what you're making. It's not a making challenge. It's more of a how you're wearing your Me Made garments, and how you're making those work for you. And my challenge to myself at the beginning of the month was to, because I already wear, I don't know, like 90% Me Made clothes, but was to try and pair things in different ways and be a little bit more creative with my wardrobe, and that sort of thing. So I feel like, so that was the goal. That was the goal for May. Do I feel like I hit that goal? No, I don't, but I do feel like I learned a few things. So I feel like the challenge maybe didn't finish how I had intentionally started it, but I feel like I did learn a lot about my wardrobe and about how I want to curate things going forward, and helped me along my wardrobe dressing path just a little bit more. So, and at the end of this, me jabbering at you, I will put in a slideshow of some video of me in all. I didn't hit all 31 days. There were a couple of days that I forgot to take pictures of. And this is just even the days where I was in, like planting my flowers. So I'm in like crappy clothes. Like there's, and I still wore Me Made stuff. Not everything was Me Made, but a lot of me. I had at least something Me Made on every day. But anyway, I will run a little slideshow here at the end to kind of show you a little bit what I wore each day. But if you are interested in going back, everything is, well, it was all in my stories. Is it on my grid? I can't remember. Anyway, if you have any questions about anything, let me know. I'm probably not going to link all the patterns that I wore all month because that would take a really long time. But anyway, you can kind of see how I was wearing things. Most of the stuff you're going to recognize. I don't think anything was new on there. It's all stuff that's been in my closet for quite a while. Anyway, so May started off with me being in Chicago traveling. And so the last travel trip that Jenny and I took for Tomcat Stitchery went to H&H Americas in Chicago. I've done a video about that and all that jazz, but that was the first 2 days of May were while we were there. So that kind of gives you a glimpse of what my life looked like at the beginning of May, and that was a lot of travel, a lot of chaos, and I just wasn't in my comfortable normal surroundings because we were traveling. So I was happy with the outfits that I picked out for those couple of days. But I hit a wall. And if you've watched some of the videos this are in that happened in May, you'll know, I did a video on how to get your sojo back. I hit like a creative wall. I was tired. We just hit the ground running with getting the knit sewing basics class out. And then I ran my pattern fitting class again. And there was just a lot, and we were traveling. We went 3 different places in April. That was a lot of traveling. I say we. Jenny and I went 2 different places, and then I was also in New York in between those two with family to visit my cousin and her new baby. But anyway, it was a lot of travel, and it really took its toll on me. So after we got back, I hit a wall, and so I feel like I was just in survival mode. So I was not being like feeding myself creatively. I was having a real hard time not getting dressed. I was getting dressed fine, but there was just no energy left for being playful and creative with my closet. And I kind of thought, well, maybe that'll be, like a week and then I will bounce back. No, I really hit things hard. And then it got really hot here. As I'm filming this, it is cooled down. Like we've got a pretty cool week. Like the highs are just in the low 70s, which is pretty typical for this time of year, but it got very atypically warm there for a while. And all I could do is wear dresses because that's what I was like coolest in. Now I did, because I was filming my summer wardrobe and planning out my summer sewing plans and stuff like that. I did go through and flip my closet more. So I had some like my spring stuff brought down, but I still had some like wintry stuff that was still in my regular closet. I keep my off-season stuff upstairs in the guest room closet, just so I'm not getting overwhelmed with choices when I get dressed each day, especially if there's stuff that I just can't wear right now because it's not the appropriate season. So I did go through and moved everything that fall and winter upstairs, and then grabbed a whole bunch of my dresses, because I do tend to wear dresses a lot in the warm months, and pulled all those down. And yeah, and inevitably each year I'm always like, oh my gosh, I forgot about this dress, or oh, I can't wait to wear this one again, or whatever it might be. Both times when I switch over from into the fall, it'll be the same thing. Like, oh my gosh, I forgot about these pants or this top or whatever, which is kind of fun. It's like Christmas, opening up a gift and having new clothes. So I did do that, and that brought joy, and it did make getting dressed really easy because I was able to just grab dresses, especially during that hot spell. Then I feel like at the end of the month, I was able to get a little bit more creative, really after I had filmed the summer wardrobe plans, because then I started wearing some of that stuff because it was warm and I could. I feel like I was maybe getting a little bit more creative at the end of the month. I'm feeling much better now. I really just needed the whole month, apparently, to recalibrate myself and come out of that stressful time. Anyway, yeah, feeling much better. I'm sewing again. That all feels good. However, so was I creative in making my outfits? No, but was I able to get dressed every day? And did I feel good about myself every day? And I'm going to say the answer to that is yes. And I think that this is a testament to all of this wardrobe building that I've been doing up to this point, working in a color palette. Again, you don't have to have your colors done. If that is not your thing, that's fine. But I do strongly suggest everyone having a color palette that they pull from, whether that's just some of your favorite colors that you've put together, or you've had your colors done and it's that color palette, whatever that is. I do think having a color palette is so beneficial. It just makes shopping a lot easier, both for fabric or for garments. It makes your entire closet more cohesive. So, yeah, I've got these coral pants, but I actually have a ton of tops that go with them because my closet is all very cohesive and all of my colors are in kind of the same color family and they all work really well together. This is like the fruit of all that hard labor of building up this very cohesive closet. And so at these times where I do hit a wall and I can hardly, I just literally want to grab whatever is nearby to put it on, which I did, but I was still in really beautiful things that made me feel good. I was in colors that I like to wear. I was in styles that I really like to wear. And I think, if you guys watched in May, I did a video with Stephanie Grabo, who is a stylist, and we've got 2 more videos that are coming out that we're doing together. But just kind of talking about my style journey. And one of the things that she said in the Restarting Your Style video was the importance of making sure that everything in your closet were things that you loved. So, maybe you're not as excited about a nice fitting pair of, white jeans, but they fit you well and it's a cut you really like. So maybe that's not as exciting as like a really beautiful printed top for you. But even still, you love all the pieces. Like these are your favorite white jeans. These are your favorite light wash jeans. These are your favorite button down shirt, whatever it might be. And just getting to that point where everything in your closet are things that you really, truly love. I don't know that I'm there. I'm not there 100%. I know that for sure. But that, I think this is a testament to all of that building that I was able to go through such a rebuilding time, a restful season where I just needed to kind of recoup, but still feel really good about myself. So my clothes weren't bringing me down more. They were lifting me up and helping me refuel myself and become creative again. So I think that is really cool. Another thing that I really noticed in Me Made May, and this will be more in June, the video I'm doing with Stephanie, we're talking about color analysis, and we actually did an in-person color analysis just so you could see why a color analyst like Stephanie picks things, what she's looking for. And I'm assuming it's the same thing having virtual. Obviously, they don't have you right there in the chair, but they're doing it, virtually and, covering, just leaving your face so they can try the different colors on a screen. But I found it fascinating. And I also found it fascinating, and you'll see this in June, that what Stephanie, even though she calls her color families something different than what Color Guru does, the colors were like the same. There were some differences and like just a couple of the colors, but again, different companies have different classifications of colors. But I would say 90% of the colors were all the same colors that Stephanie put me in versus what was on my Color Guru card. But one thing that I noticed, kind of having that conversation with her and then also going through my wardrobe, is how I think in my head, I know exactly what my colors are, right? Like I know when I'm shopping, these are the colors I'm looking for and that sort of thing. But my brain is not always that trustworthy. And I think I've gotten away when I'm shopping, and it can be a little harder buying fabric online. I will totally give you that. But there is sometimes I will find a color that is okay on me. It's not bad on me, but it's not my best shade of orange, for instance. This one actually makes me look a little bit darker and a little bit shadowed. But if I look at my color card, like, oh, well, that's actually not the orange that's on my color card. I need more this orange. So I think being a little bit more intentional about pulling my color card out when I am shopping and when I am fabric shopping, when I'm getting ready to make something, and just making sure that it is tonally, at least, very close to what's on my card versus what I'm remembering in my head. So hopefully that makes sense. Hopefully that makes sense. Because where I think I get off the most is that I might grab a color that's a little bit more muted or muddied, a little more of an autumn color, I guess, when in reality, I really need clear colors. Like clear colors are really great on me. So that is something that really shines on me. So I just need to make sure that I am buying the clearer choice, the clearer of the colors. And is it going to be like smack dab on all the time? No, and that's okay. But I think, when I am making choices on fabric and that sort of stuff, just pulling that card out and noticing, oh, actually, this shade of, I don't know, yellow isn't on my color card. This is a little bit muddier than probably what I should be wearing. I should choose this shade of yellow that's a little clearer, or whatever the case may be. That's kind of put that at the forefront of my mind again, into being a little bit more mindful and checking my color card. I have the color card. I might as well use it. So yes, think I have fallen a little bit too much on what my brain is saying is one of my colors versus what is truly one of my colors, because our brains can lie to us. Anyway, those were kind of my takeaways of May. And I think all in all, it was a very positive experience because it did make me realize that I have done a lot of really good work in my wardrobe and I'm not as far off as I kind of was feeling like I was earlier in the year. I really think it's only going to be a few small tweaks that I'm going to need to make in order to really hit my goals. So yeah, that made me feel very optimistic, very positive, and very excited to continue my wardrobe building journey. Okay. That being said, I'm going to go to the quick little clips of me and every single day, and you can see what I wore. Again, I missed a couple of days, so there aren't technically 31 in here, but give you a little glimpse of what what I wore in the month of May. All right, guys, that is all I've got for today. Enjoy this little clip, and have a good weekend. Get some sewing in, and I'll see you guys again on Tuesday. Bye.